So what is this? What's on these things? Shapes. That's good so far.
Dimensions from different.
What's that?
Dimensions from different distances.
Different distances. I think I showed the upside down actually.
Tongue twister.
I was starting to build a little city. Actually, can you see that? So when I first draw something, the first thing I try to establish is where it is that I am in comparison to the subject, right? And one way to do that, this is what I would call a sighting stick. It also serves as a pencil, but I use it as a sighting stick. Hold it arm's length. The reason I hold it arm's length is because no matter what I'm looking at, and I have to get a measurement, it's always going to be the same distance. You start doing this kind of thing, you're going to vary it, and you're going to get different measurements at each side. Yeah.
Would you do that with a ruler too?
You can do it with any kind of stick-shaped object,
Okay.
more or less. I avoid the sighting stick. A lot of people use sighting sticks. I don't know why, because I'm usually holding a pencil, which serves as the stick. And I don't like to sit there and put it down and pick it up while I'm
That's what we
drawing.
have to use in our
Yes.
class.
So you hold it directly out, and what do you get? You get the eye level. You establish your eye level, okay? So when I'm drawing something, I like to know where I am. For example, if I was drawing this, I would hold this out and say, okay, I get a here. Remember his basket? Does anybody remember his basket? He drew it head on like he was looking directly. He was sitting here, looking at this, looking at this basket, and he was drawing it as if he was staring at it from above. Don't want to do that. You have to put it in relation to where you would be sitting. Okay, so now I establish my eye level. Okay. And I'm using a ruler because it makes for a much more clear way of explaining all this. Okay. So now I've got eye level. That's where I am in position to my object. Now what happens if I took this box and went, let's say, 4 or 5 miles away from this? And this building wasn't here, you can see. It wouldn't disappear, you wouldn't be able to see it anymore though, right? Okay, so it ends up appearing so small that you no longer, it doesn't register in your eye. And that's called a vanishing point. When you get to that one step backwards that then eliminates that from your view, you've reached the vanishing point, okay? So what we're going to talk about today is drawing basic shapes: square, sphere, cone, cylinder, triangle, in 2-point perspective. Once you master drawing all of these basic shapes in 2-point, 3-point, 1-point perspective, you will have the tools to be able to draw anything in the universe. Because everything, virtually everything that you're going to draw is based loosely on one of those basic shapes. And then it just becomes variations and adjustments and size relationships between those things that will give you those things. And then we're going to deal with how to adjust size relationships so we get more accurate. Okay? So what I'm going to do is put in these imaginary vanishing points. Okay? So this is either way, right and left, the distance you have to go for that object to leave your register, so that you can no longer register it in your eyes. The next thing I want to establish is where I am vertically in this composition as well. Okay. Now, so I'm going to draw a basic cube, okay? The first thing that I like to draw when I'm drawing a cube or something like that is I try to draw what is closest to me. So on this cube, what is closest to me? This corner right here, right? This corner is closest to me.
Yeah.
This is a little bit further away from me. This is even further away from me. This is furthest away from me. So this point's closest, this is furthest. Okay, so I'm drawing that line